Hello, aspiring UK master student. So, I am Similolua and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! I've been getting a lot of questions about scholarships, about, oh, Simi, you are currently studying in the UK and I really want a fully funded scholarship. Unfortunately, I am not a scholar. I didn't win any scholarships aside my university scholarship. So I did assignment for you guys and I brought in, hey, by the time you see him, by the time you listen to him, if your life doesn't change, you are sleeping. Forget, like you are sleeping. You don't want to grow. That's it. A scholar, as a scholar in all ramifications, if you know what I'm saying. Intelligent, brilliant, excelling, distinction students. Yeah. And so I'm just going to read his bio before telling you his name. So he is a Chevening Scholar at the University of Sussex, studying international education and development. He holds a master's in educational administration. He is an author of educational books, embodies a commitment to empowerment and community development and community empowerment. His name is
Namse.
Okay, so Namse, it's a very beautiful delight to have you on this channel. Thank you for saying yes, even with the short notice, and you're like, let's get this on. So, can
You're
you?
making it sound like a marriage proposal.
It's not a marriage proposal, but like to the people there, it's like a lifetime proposal. So, thank you for saying yes to changing the lives of many other youths that are out there and really need help from people like you. So I know I've introduced you, but I need you to introduce yourself again. I probably missed out one or two things that they need to know about you.
Okay, hi, like you said, my name is Namse Dawson. I'm a teacher, a scholar, and an educational development enthusiast. My work centers around literacies for um, children in underserved communities, public schools, and those kind of places. I've done lots of projects around material design, creative writing, and I'm also an author of 3 books. The latest one is A Man Goes to the Village series, which is going on and on. And I'm currently a student at the University of Sussex, and I'm deeply involved in educational projects within the community here. Yeah, I've been doing lots of volunteering here.
Great, and he's my coach ref. He's not just here as a student; he's a leader, a student leader. I did not tell you guys that.
Okay, sorry, I'm the course rep for the MAID, University of Sussex.
Okay, so nice to have you again. I'm seeing it's really beautiful. So I
Yeah.
have a question for you. I'll take like questions that people have sent to me,
Okay.
and yeah. So this one says, can you give us a rundown of your academic journey?
My academic journey started many years ago. I did my first degree in University of Calabar. I did my second degree Ahmadu Bello University. My third degree Ahmadu Bello University. I was a dropout. Yeah, yeah. So that's that.
Ah, wow, that's like
Another side courses.
that is like academic, like academic. So you mentioned that you already have like a master's before, and
Yeah.
what like prompted you to apply for Chevening Scholarship to start again, like to repeat what you most likely have done before?
Yeah, it's not exactly the same thing. So
Yeah.
um, I wanted a different environment, different experience. Because the Chevening Scholarship is not necessarily about the academic work. It's also about the networking, the other trainings, the other people you get to meet, the community, international community you get to meet. Like when I did my first degree, my first master's degree, maybe I think it was a very homogeneous group. So comparing that class and the class I am now, it's not the same. So I was really a group of the same kind of people. But here I'm in a class with Chinese, Brazilians, Paraguayans, Senegalese, Mozambique. So the knowledge from those people alone is different from the knowledge for my classroom in ABU Zaria. So
Wow. Now see, so let's get this straight. I applied for Chevening Scholarship. Was it 2 times or 3 times? I applied for Commonwealth Share Scholarship and the heartbreak. Don't let us talk about it here. The
same,
heartbreak was
same thing here.
like, so how did you?
I applied for Chevening 3 times. I applied for Commonwealth. Until now, it has even reached 5 times. I was
Wow.
first doing Commonwealth. I was doing Erasmus Mundus, failed, rejections. Then when I started my masters in ABU, I was still applying for those ones. After my masters, I was even applying PhD Commonwealth.
Wow.
Banged. I failed it. So don't make it look like it's all rosy. It's not all rosy.
Okay.
Chevening, I got it at my third attempt.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like what I got from that is maybe I should have
Yeah.
continued
Continue
trying.
trying. Yeah.
But well,
Yeah.
that's for the people at the other end of the camera now.
You can still
So
apply for PhD one.
hello. Let's finish with this masters first now die. Okay, so you said you applied for Chevening Scholarship 3 times and you got it at the third one. What did you do differently? Like how was the third time like the charm?
Yeah. So I think what I did differently was more of introspection, and I really went deep into myself. So I did what I call analysis. I did my activities analysis. After I failed the second time, I was very depressed. I was feeling very terrible and low and feeling very useless. I cut off from the world at the point. So I
Wow.
had people that came to speak to me, encourage me, and then my sister did something very important. And told me to just sit down and list all the things I've done in the last 5 years. I should just carry a paper and write it out. And then I said, it took me like 3 days. I was writing and writing. He said everything, even if it was market I went to sell fish, I should just write everything. And then I discovered I had written so many. I wrote, when I typed it was about 5 pages.
Wow.
You know, and when I sent it out, what of this classroom, this thing you did, and then I'm like, oh wow. So I now saw myself from a different light, like, oh, I've done all these many things. Then I asked, okay, that now became okay. When I did that, it was for a CV. She was trying to package my CV for a job, but then the teaching life was already getting very frustrating. Now teaching can be in Nigeria, so she was trying to package my CVs for NGOs and other stuff. I was like, okay, maybe forget an NGO job, I might just forget about this scholarship thing. I might be.
Wow.
So then I'd done that. Then the Chevening came again, and my friend told me apply again. So I now looked at that. This now I'd written for myself. And I'm like, okay. So I now started looking. So okay, my work was really centered around education. So I picked out all the experiences I'd gotten from education, and then put it together into a story. So I was able to tell a story of how I was supporting communities, how I was designing stuff, and then I just put it all together into a story around offering myself and providing solution. So the issue is not just selling yourself, but also selling solutions.
Hmm.
So I sold solutions I had done for my for my for my time in the classroom, how I used to design teaching resources for my students, how I designed storybooks. I just turned it into a story, and how those things have helped the lives of children.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
but there is something really important that I picked out from what you were saying. While you were applying for the scholarship, you said you sat down and your sister asked you to write all the things you have done, and you're able to write 5 pages.
Yeah.
Like that shows over the years, it shows that like while you are preparing to apply for scholarship, you should also prepare to like to be
Yes.
a like what's it called, to be a qualified
Five
candidate
candidates.
for the
Yes.
scholarship. So it's not about, oh, I want to apply for scholarship. Are you qualified for
Yeah.
that scholarship?
Yeah.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Yes, yes, very good. That has led me to something I was supposed to have said earlier. So some people don't want to apply for scholarship, and you have no track record. So when you sit down and ask yourself, what have I done in the last 5 years? Write it down. Then you see if you will tell yourself if you're qualified or not. So it's good to have a track record and say, okay, yes, I've done this, I've done this. How can I put it together? But if you've not done anything, you've not done any research, you've not contributed to your community, you've not, done it in your work. You're working in the hospital, you just go 9 o'clock and come out by 5 o'clock and collect salary, nothing extra. So apart from Chevening, all scholarships are very competitive.
Yeah.
You're going to be, especially like in the health and educational sectors and development sectors, you're competing against people who have founded NGOs.
Hmm.
But I was looking at people who have founded NGOs and have gotten grants from big organizations. You're competing against them. You're competing against people who already have two master's degrees. There's been people that didn't have
Like
PhD,
Namsi.
you know, they have only one. People have two or three
Yeah.
previously. Some
Wow.
people have PhDs and are coming to apply for another master. So you have to look at this and look at, okay, what's unique about you that can make you qualified more than those guys.
Uniqueness. Okay, so for those that are like still in school and might want to apply for the Chevening Scholarship when they are done, what tips would you give to them like now? Because you said you have to you have to have a track record of things you have done before you like apply for the scholarship. I think that was one thing that was lacking in my first application. I applied like I think 3 months after I finished from school. I was like, oh, Chevening Scholarship. Someone just told me, I was like, oh, let's get this done. And if I go back to read my own essay now, I cannot give myself scholarship. No, sincerely, I cannot. And I'm like, see me, what to, you said, it's not, you want all the way from Nigeria to UK, they will fund me. I will not do anything, I will not work, I will eat their money. And I wrote essay like that, no now. So like give us tips. What tips do you think like students that are currently working, like that are currently in school, or those that are like working, you said 9 to 5, those that are working 9 to 5 now and like they are eyeing the scholarship and competing with people like Namsi that already have masters they already have masters. Some people already have 2 masters, PhD, and they still want to come to the UK under the Chevening Scholarship. So now Namsi give us tips for those category of people.
I think for students, very important, take your learning very seriously. Volunteering. I think that's one thing that Nigerians, I don't know, or Africans generally don't like doing. Everything's about money.
I am guilty.
Volunteering has been very important in my getting a scholarship. I've been a serial volunteer. I know when I should tell my friends then in Kaduna, you're going to volunteer for this project. I remember when I first met, I'll give an example. I first met the governor, the wife, the governor of the state I was living there. And you met her, you're going to meet her, money. I was like, no. I built a relationship, and when she came through for me, it was bigger than the people that are collecting money. They're collecting 10K, 100K from her. What I've gotten from her writing stuff for me, from her helping to get my book published, is more than the money that people were making out to collect. I'm sick, I'm hungry. They give you 100,000, 50,000. But what I'm benefiting now is more than all those any money I've gotten for her. So that network was very good. But I used to go travel a very long distance to go and volunteer at her program for children, her youth center. I'll go and volunteer. I was not being paid. You go there, book club, I'll go volunteer, do stuff. Me that time I'll go around communities in Kaduna and collect old books from people that don't want to throw away. Wow. I'll carry it and go and give to people in public schools. Because sometimes you look at it as rubbish, but those children in the public schools value those things, and those things matter. So it added to my knowledge of the challenges that people are facing in public schools. It also guided my research, and when I was going for the Chevening, I had a rich knowledge of my field. So that's based on education. I used to go and volunteer in LEA public schools. I used to go to villages and go and do educational projects. So during my interview and my essay, it was easy to link all those things. It came to me naturally because it wasn't forced. It's something I've been doing for a long period of time. So as a student, volunteer, go to communities, go and sit down, 30 minutes, 1 hour, talk to people. You will now know problems people are facing. The small one you can do, you do. You don't have to save the world. If it's buying pure water for the children every day, 50 naira, 100 naira, that is good. If you're in the health sector, if it's going there to go and take BP and recommend for a community, if it's going to, I know what the one thing they do in NYC that we couldn't take serious.
Said, is it Said or
rural work or something like that? Where they go and place.
What's it called? Is it skills acquisition?
Yeah. No, you go as coppers, you go to a village. Those that can plait hair will plait
What's that?
hair.
Community
Community
service.
service, yeah. So
I
those
can't
little things.
remember.
No, you look at it at what's there. So I know those little of plaiting hair, playing football with the children. Sometimes I put them say that is volunteer. Go there, okay, children come here. We carry that throw catch.
Yeah.
Job will teach them a little bit football skills. If you can play any sport, you can
Mm-hmm.
play. Chess. Like this thing that Tunde is doing now. Some people look at what it has taken him to. Go to the community, just socialize with them, go to a public school, go to a public hospital, go to the hospital ward, sit down with them in the hospital ward, There are different areas you can volunteer. 1 hour a week, weekend.
Okay, so from what Namsi has said, I have like 5 key points. The first one is to start where you are and with whatever you have. The second one is to volunteer. Like, please don't be like me. Volunteer. Not everything is about money. See, I like money, but you did not get me scholarship. So volunteer. And the third one is not just volunteering. Through that volunteering opportunities, network.
Network, yeah.
Network. And when you network, the fourth one, relationship building. See, build that relationship, make it strong, like cement, not Nigeria cement. Nigeria cement, Igbo land cement that does not used to have old. Those block, make it strong. And the fifth one, know how to utilize the relationship you have built. You have network, yeah. You have built relationship, yes. But the fifth one is very important. Namsi said the wife of the governor, he did not tell us the state, sha, but the wife of the governor was able to help him publish his book. She has helped with references. And do you know what that can do to your career? Like, governor referencing you, ha. So like the fifth one is very important. Like, utilize that relationship that you have built. If you need references and you feel like, oh, you don't even need to work with the person personally. So far you are volunteering in the same group, you could approach people. I think I'm right.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yes,
could
of course.
approach them. So like, please, I need
And,
you to be my
and,
reference.
and to add to that, yeah, so don't always think of what you benefit. So sometimes that's what we get wrong in networking. So you gotta meet somebody. Okay, this is the MD of XYZ Bank, and first you're going to meet him. Say, sir, I have this proposal. I want to build. No, sometimes think of how you can solve his problem. So say, okay, your bank is having this book. I can help people do this. You go for a position of giving solution, and from there you can now. After that, you can say, okay, so okay, help. Then he'll be more than willing to, okay, let me help you with this one. Let me give you a letter. But not every time going, sir, I want to raise funds. I need money. I want to do this one. Write a note for me. You've not asked him, sir, okay, your bank is in, okay, let me do Facebook art for you guys. Let me post. And a little thing that's okay, your organization, let me post your programs or your projects. I know that's what wants to happen too. So sometimes I have friends that in office and they post something, I repost, tweet, I retweet, I post it on my status. Okay, this person is doing this business. That's a little way of networking, not necessarily. There is that big men, they have money, they cannot, they cannot, but they don't need your money. But those little things like retweeting their posts, commenting their status, greetings. Not every time can you help me with this?
I've
Can you
not
help
had
me?
breakfast.
I've not had breakfast. I'm looking for a job. My sister is looking for a job.
Okay, so the key thing to learn from that is, instead of always looking for solution, be a solution to somebody.
Yeah.
Be solution oriented. Like you said, it doesn't even have to be money. If you get somewhere and you see that, oh, you recognize a problem, the moment you recognize a problem, think up a solution and go for it. Like, just go for it. Like,
Yeah.
you approach the person, please, can I help you do this? Can I do? Do you get? Carry other people's businesses on your head. If you want them to carry your matter on your head later, like, reference, no, this person, I have to drop everything I'm doing and like make a very strong reference letter for this person. So carry other people's business on your head. You see somebody doing something similar to, like, it could even be your friend. Maybe your friend has like an organization, a small organization that relates to what you want to do.
Yeah.
You could volunteer for your friend.
Friend,
You could post. Even if you don't have time to volunteer, you could
be
keep
posting their stuff
posting.
on.
Trust me, that your friend that has that small non-profit organization that you think is small, if your friend writes a reference and they know that it is like a non-profit organization, do you know how far that will go? Okay, so we've given you tips on how to prepare for like the scholarship. Now let's go into the scholarship application. And just to be clear, we might not finish this in like one video, so you might need to watch out for like next episodes. Yeah, so Namsi, how was the application process like for you? How long did it take you like to write the essays, and what are the requirements for Chevening scholarship in particular?
Okay, so for the Chevening Scholarship, you need someone who has graduated. You have equivalent of a BSc that can give you admission into a UK university, BSc, HND, that proof of leadership, and yeah, then your four essays. So the basic requirement you must be from one of the countries. I think Nigeria is among the countries. Just you go to their website, it gives you the countries that are eligible, have a first degree, able to get admission into a UK university. So that's where your research comes. You have to research and research and research. I see many people are not, some people are too lazy, they're asking you which school. No, if you go to the Chevening website, it's a place for universities. You have over 100 universities in the UK. Just keep going through all of them, through your courses. So your courses must align, and you must have a clear and focused career path for post studies. So you must have leadership experience, not just you must have, you must be able to demonstrate. Yes, that's what they use. You must demonstrate leadership. So you must network, you must be able to demonstrate networking or building of relationship building, how you build relationship over the years, professionally, socially, and academically, and how you've used those things to benefit your career. And the third essay is on why studying the UK. So that's another area you do your research. Your study in the UK could be academic, could be social, could be course content, could be ranking, could be other factors around the university. So, for example, I use Sussex for example. I said we have the Brighton Festival of Ideas where people come around to share ideas. We have the academic culture of debating within the UK. Those are some of the areas I looked at. So you should explore the areas. Look at your particular course. There are different, like for example, in Sussex now. Sussex is globally ranked #1 for development studies. So if you're doing development, that's a selling point. So if you're going to another university's selling point might be different. If you're doing medical, you might be going to another school for a reason that is medically inclined. Maybe in the whole of UK, they're the ones that have courses related to tropical diseases or stuff like that. So look for something catchy around academics, social, course content. You can look at the course content. This particular course content it's important because I want to work in the World Bank. So this course content will help me to get this, that. You link it all up together. And then the last essay is your career plan. Your career plan has to be very practical and realistic. So if, for example, you have a first degree, you've worked for 2 years, let's say in the Ministry of Sports, you cannot come up with your career plan and say once you come back from Chevening, you want to become the HOD of the sports department.
That's not realistic.
That's not realistic.
You know that.
Hey, exactly. You come out after you want to be the HOD of this thing, or you want to be the governor of your state. It's not realistic. So every career plan is okay. After I come back, I'm going to go back to that ministry and work for the next 2 years. While working there, based on my skills, I'll be applying for jobs within NGOs or within this or within that, or I'll register an organization that will be training people on sports development. There's a progress. Then in the next 10 years, I'll join a political party and then I'll contest for local government because I believe it's being local government chairman, I can serve my people. Or I'll remain in the ministry, and then in the next 3 years, I'll get promoted, and after that, I'll now go for my PhD.
So it's like a step by
step. Yeah,
not that
short
you
term.
Want to skip. You want to skip and just
short term, medium term, and long term. Then you look at it on the long run. I hope one day to become the director of the ministry, or I hope one day to go and lecture in the university. All these your steps should lead towards your long-term goals. Okay, first 3 years, I work in the ministry. After that, I move to NGO or I move to my own organization. After that, I go for PhD. After that, I lecture. After I lecture, I run for president or I run for governor. So you can see that it's aligned. Or you cannot just say, okay, I work in the ministry for 3 years. After working in the ministry, okay, maybe in Ministry of Sports. After working in Ministry of Sports, I'll now go to World Bank and become the head of accounting, the chief accountant of the World Bank. You see, there's no alignment. You know, so if you say mutual sport, then after that, okay, I'll apply for a job in CAF or in IWF or in FIFA. There's an alignment.
Yeah, it is.
There's,
Now,
there's an
see,
alignment.
there's one last question that I would ask before we leave, because I'm going to bring you back for the essay. You will teach us essay step by step, because that's if I will still apply for Chevening just for the fun of applying for it with all these tips that I've heard. Okay, so there's this last question. I've had like people saying, I just want to apply for Chevening Scholarship because I just want to leave Nigeria. Like, so they don't really care about the course, they don't check it. And in Chevening like application, do you think like the body sitting and like checking the essays, do you think they're able to see that through the essays? Someone that just wants to leave, they don't really care about how, they just want to do any course. So what do you like? What do you have to say to that as regards Chevening application?
So most people that if you're looking for Jackpa, then Chevening application is not for you because number one, for Chevening, you have a contract and obligation to go back and implement whatever you've studied. So it's a big family of people that support you. So when you go back, they're going to give some support to implement the things you wrote about your essay. And like I said, it's just like a normal job interview. People can see through you. So if you've been jumping, it will show. Those they also do the background checks. They did the background check. So if you think that, I think that's what the meant to get it. They just hurry up with an essay, did that. They did that background, and it will show. It will show that your words do not align. When you look at like your essays, you look at your leadership. If you've been doing this thing, it will show in the last 5 years. Like 5 years, there'll be a form of consistency that you've been doing this thing.
And I think your passion will
show
through the essays.
Yeah. And most importantly, the last part where they'll catch you is during the interview.
When you now sit
the interview is one-on-one.
You sit face to face with your lies.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And many people go through with mercenaries writing for them. Just pay people to write for them. Yes. ChatGPT, all those things.
ChatGPT, yes. My name is not catch me.
GPT.
So, anyways,
so when you go to the interview stage, all those things will fall off because those who are experienced people, even me as a person, even as a teacher, when you know somebody, like when I give homework, when you see a child that did the homework themselves, you know.
I will know.
So sometimes because of that, people think that it's for perfect. So I know after the when I was called for interview, when I was preparing for interview, I went through my essays again. I saw mistakes. I made mistakes in my essays, like small grammatical errors, but that is what makes my essay real. So when you give some people think that essay is very perfect, this thing, everything step. No. So sometimes those are little things that and they don't ask you something. It throws you off because it's not something that came from the heart.
It wasn't original.
It wasn't original.
It was like fictional stories that you brought in.
Let's keep it real. So if you've, I know some people that just wait, like now, Chevening is going to open. What month now? Chevening is going to open in maybe September, October. Then in July, they now start rushing to do things. Orphanage visits, SNAP.
They go for protest on
the streets, all those things. Then you look at it. This is in the last 6 months. Then you look at the last 1 year. Nothing yet. But when somebody that's consistent, you will see it through. It says through his social media. Through his, you just know, okay, this person has been doing it. Even the language they'll use is natural. He's not trying to impress.
They saw through me. They saw through me. That's like they saw through me.
Yeah,
they catch me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're in that position, you can see through people. You know, okay, this one. And also because I read a lot of essays as well, and I put that and how like for example, when I read some essays, I say, okay, hey, go and change, rewrite this. Then the person comes back with like almost similar at the same time. The person already fixes his mind. Okay, this is what I've already programmed myself. He can't bring it. I remember I wrote like 3 different essays because I had so many experiences that I was trying to put them into 500 words.
that must have been difficult.
Yeah, it was very difficult. I think that's one of the problems I had in my first two. So I had to just okay, I had to streamline it towards. I say education is very broad. So I streamlined it towards my activities in around literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked. All my essays were around literacy.
Wow.
I know I've done stuff in productive health. I've done education on skills acquisition, all these things, but I focus my essays around
You were
literacy
able to
work.
streamline it
Streamline it
towards what you want to
wanted
do after and what you
after
were coming to do in uni anyway.
exactly,
Wow,
yeah,
now I'm saying I feel
exactly,
like I am prepared to like apply for the next Chevening scholarship, even though you still come back to give us essay tips, right?
yeah, sure,
Sure. So like when we come back for the essay tips, but in terms of preparing for the essay, guys, I feel prepared. Like thank you so much,
yeah,
Namse. Thank
yeah,
you for the time. Thank you for coming in to like enlighten us and to make us prospective children scholars.
yeah. My
Yeah,
pleasure always.
thank you.
Yeah.
So tell them
All
bye
right, guys, thank you very much and all the best.
and see
Keep going
them
at
in the
it.
next.
Keep going at it, and see you at the next. See you at the next video.
Thank you. Bye, guys.